3, 2, 1.
Love it, love it, love it.
Hey, all right.
Everybody.
Everybody.
By far, I do not care who you are, my friend. That is still, in my opinion, one of the best intros in podcast history.
All right, good night, everybody.
Hi, good night. Have a good night. Oh man, welcome to the show, everybody. The first official show of 2022. 2022.
Wild, right?
Oh, bro. You know, I tell you, as far as like an age thing and just kind of feeling it is when I'm holding my just freshly 1-year-old nephew, and I remember holding him when he was just like a little pea, and I'm like, fuck, you're like walking around. Well, he's not walking just yet, but he's like doing that. He's one, just turned one. Dude, just turned one. Wow. So he's doing the little hovering thing, right? Where he's like, I think I can. Oh, no, not just yet.
Right
but
on.
Dude, I mean, like during the birthday party over the weekend, I was just like, I was looking at him and looking at my family, getting all fucking loaded. Because, you know, the thing about Hispanic families is that they throw a huge blowout for a 1-year birthday.
Yeah.
And it's a fully stocked bar, mariachis, and then there's a handful of little kids. It's not really for them.
No, it's not going to remember that shit.
It's not going to remember any of that nonsense. It won, right? Yeah. They're not going to remember any of it. But I'm here the whole time. My sister came in from Washington, and, you know, I was hanging with her, and my brother was really kind of, you know, well, he's a dad, right? Like, I mean, you got to watch the kids. You got to pretend to shake hands, kiss babies, literally. Right. And I'm here looking the whole time, and I'm like, fuck, I'm old, man. I mean, this is well, what has happened? Like, what has happened to my life? Like, how did it all come to this?
I don't know. I can't complain though, because it could be worse. But I do agree with you. I think the hardest thing about life is just getting older. Things start to break down, not work correctly. Like, for instance, you know, my hernia is getting the double inguinal hernia repair February 7th. So the next time we talk, the next time our show happens, I'll be hernia free though, which is pretty fucking exciting.
I'm gonna give you some applause for that.
Yeah, all right, everybody.
Hey, hernia is great. Well, you and I were talking about this. The fact that it'll be good is because, you know, we bring everything back to sex. I was like, well, so that means you can bang in those certain positions and it doesn't hurt.
Dude, if I tried to have sex right now, it would fucking kill me, because the hernias are on my pubic bone, like where your pubic hair is, you know what I mean? Like above your shaft. Oof. That's where it's at on both sides. So, yeah, there's Bernard, everybody.
Hey, Bernard.
Look, I forgot to the camera's the opposite. There he is right there. Boop. Bernard likes to say hi.
He's bored. That makes sense. Makes total sense. No, the problem with those type of hernias, man, is that you could bang, right? But you'd have to bang in a way that you absolutely did not get full penetration.
Well, here's the scoop. You wouldn't feel it probably while you're banging, because it's going to feel great. But then afterwards, just like when I was working out, I had to stop for the last couple months, which is driving me fucking nuts. But when I would work out, it would be fine. It would be the after effect. After you're done, all the adrenaline's gone, you're at work, you're trying to work, and then your fucking hernias are fucking blowing up in your draws. Yeah, dude, it's not a very...
You know what's interesting about that is that I had that, I mean, 20, 25 years ago.
Right.
And dude, if you even moved, the shit hurts. Like, I mean, I was almost in tears a lot of the time, depending
Yep.
on how you moved.
Yep.
So the fact that you're finally going to get that done, I mean, that's great, bro.
Stoked, dude.
That's
Stoked.
the fact
But-
that we can get our sex lives going here for 2022 is funny. I was talking to a friend of mine. Her name's Anita. Hi, Anita. Anita Duke.
Anita. What does she need?
Anita Duke.
I mean, that was that's right there.
You know, it was right there. I had to lob it over. Her and I. So I met her years ago, like I want to say maybe back 2014, 2015, when I was doing radio here in San Antonio, Texas. She was a friend of a friend. She wasn't a radio, like she didn't listen to the show. It's like, hey, oh my God, I love your voice. Nothing like that. She was a friend of someone that was a very good friend in the radio world. And we always met, and I always thought she was really sexy. And I was always, you know me.
You're
always hitting on her. And she blew me off. Years went by, life happens, whatever. Recently, had moved back to San Antonio. We started reconnecting, if you will.
Yeah.
And I keep teasing her. I'm like, after all these years of you and I flirting literally for almost fucking 5-6 years, I'm surprised we just haven't gotten hitched or something, because she's hypersexual like I am. She's nasty as fuck, but she's fun. And I said, hey, have you listened to the show? She's like, well, that's interesting you made that, because I respect you and I know you're all about the jokes. She's like, but I got to be honest with you with something. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. She's like, I don't like the fact that you fat shame. I was like, whoa. I was like, first off, let's pump the brakes here. That's my co-host. He's the one that is consistently. No, Tony. No. You always bring it up. You're fat shaming.
It's not fat
bringing
shaming.
Up. You're
motivational speaking.
Always...
It's motivational speaking. And actually, she's listening right now. Did you see? She said, y'all both need a dick. That's the message from your friend Anita. Hi, Anita.
Hi, Anita.
We're looking for our dicks.
Yeah, exactly. We both need bricks because, we got hernias.
And I don't shame. It's motivational speaking. I'm
motivational speaking.
Yes.
But, as we were talking, she, Anita had mentioned, back in the day, she was a heavy set girl, lost a lot of weight. She worked out, started the whole workout regimen, started better diet, better lifestyle changing, bada bing, bada boom. Thank you, Anita. Past my bedtime. I'm here for the laughs. Oh, we're about to dish it out. So she had mentioned all of this stuff to me, right? And her and I had consistently talked. And I was, Tony, I got to be honest. I was throwing you under the bus. I said, look, I'm sorry Tony fat shamed so much during the show. I don't know which podcast episode you listen to. He's consistently bringing it up. But then I start. What?
It's not even true. Consistently.
You're always, every time I bring up anything, it's always like, well, these fat chicks.
No, you're just wrong.
I mean,
I'm gonna need some evidence on this constant thing. I just say when we bring it up, when you're playing TikToks with a 500-pound moose like you played the last episode, that needs to be discussed. It needs to be known that she could do something about that. And Anita says you're wrong. She said she was thin and got pregnant, and I said nothing about women that are pregnant and then get some extra pounds. They can work that up. And never was I ever some kind of pig that was like, oh, she got pregnant, now she's fat. I never said anything.
Anita, I'm sorry. I thought, I guess I reread that.
Get your facts right, buddy.
I'm sorry. Look, fake news. I thought when Anita and I were talking earlier, I thought she was saying before the kids that
you don't even
gained
remember
a lot of weight. I'm
so
just
you're calling her fat. You're the one.
Never gonna fucking go out with me ever now. That's just great. No, she's a beautiful woman. She took care of herself. Everything's great. Oh my God, dude.
Who's that?
Christoph still. Oh, Chris, don't go anywhere because we got stuff to say. Seriously, Chris, stay there. Do not go. I need to finish talking about Anita. Oh, Tony, you're gonna love Chris. Great. So Anita, needless to say, I finally convinced her to listen again because she's a police officer. The one thing I've always told you about
even better
is that you need to have a certain stable of women.
Yeah.
If you can date a lawyer, that's great because we get our mouths gets in trouble.
Right.
If we can go out with a doctor, that's great.
Oh,
you got hernias,
beautiful.
I got hernias, I got shit going on. That'd be great.
Wonderful.
Nurses are even better because the scrubs. I mean, let's just be honest.
I do like the scrubs. I'm not going to lie to you.
Bro. Come on.
I don't know
Gotta
why.
love
It's kind of a sick fucking thing, I guess. One of those weird.
No, it's not. What are you talking about? No,
I
it's
don't
just
know.
dude. Look,
Sometimes I feel guilty.
no, let me tell you why. Because when you're in the hospital, you're going to know what I've known for years when I've spent time in the hospital. There is
Yeah.
something about that whole you're feeling helpless, and then this hot little piece of ass walks in, and
Right.
the way it just the curvature of the
Something
anus.
about it, dude.
I mean, listen to me. I would
It's
have.
like,
I would
save
go
me,
out.
save
Yeah, dude.
me,
Yes,
save me.
I would prefer, like, if I was going out on a date, I'd be like, here's some scrubs, put these on, we're going to dinner. That's how much I like the fucking scrubs.
Really, you'd have her just say, "Hey,
I
look,
would.
you do not." Ooh, I get it. You do not have to dress down when we're going to eat dinner. Keep the scrubs on. You
Yeah.
have no idea how hot
I don't even
that
care
is.
if she's a nurse or not, as long as she has the scrubs on. Hey, who's Claude? Here, Claude James says he knows you're
Oh
fucking
my God, treetop,
loudmouth ass.
treetop. Oh, everybody's coming on the show today.
Treetop. That's
Treetop.
Treetop. Oh, okay. I remember Treetop
Hey,
from way
Treetop,
back.
I know if you're listening, I'd like to send you a link because I want to put you on the show today. In the chat, can you send me an email address or something to send a link to? I'd love to have you on the show tonight. Back to Anita. So I think she's going to wind up going out with me. But just to clear the air, let's start off the TikTok 2022 just right.
Where's my salad? I forgot to order salad. Oh my.
Dude, that's just fucking. See, you're right there. You're fucking.
What?
You're the
What?
one. You're
What?
the fucking one pushing
What?
buttons. Now, hey, now is she still a police officer, Anita?
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow,
So
okay.
she officially started all the cop thing. Actually, I think she's working at the military Air Force base. But dude, they go through this hardcore regimen of guns and fucking
Right.
the whole yeah, dude, a whole thing. I always thought, I used to talk to people when I was doing radio in Pensacola that did a lot of military police training.
Right.
I wanted to just be one of these people that would jump in, right? That would do part of the training, that would go and, because they teach you if you're in a car chase, where do you hit the other car to get off the road and
Right.
you're blowing shit up.
I
You
would
jump
pay to
out,
watch you
John
do
Wick
that
stuff.
stuff.
Get on the ground. Get on
Oh,
the fucking
God.
ground. Why
Yeah.
are you black? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding, Chris. I know you're listening. Viewers. All right. Thank you,
Yes,
Anita. If you don't listen anymore, have a good sleep. We'll talk soon. And I can't
So
wait
is
to date
Anita single? Is that why you're
Yes.
chasing after this again? You wanted to wear the uniform and handcuff you.
Oh my God, dude. If she could wear I always tell her, man, don't dress up for me on our first date. Wear the cop outfit. I want to see the handcuffs on the side
Right.
because I'm thinking dessert. I'm going to be tied up and you're probably going to leave me pantsless and, my fucking dick hanging out. But I don't know, man. I've just
Hanging?
always thought that. Wow. Wow. That's anyways, welcome to the show, usagainsthumanity.com. Please subscribe on the book of, actually on YouTube. And then of course on Spotify, if you watch, they have a new thing where you are able to watch the show live after it runs. Oh man. So let's talk about Chris. I'm single if you have a friend. Oh, ouch. Wow. Ouch. Anita, what are you doing to me, girl? You should be going out with me. Stop dogging on me on my show.
Hey, you know what I'd like to talk about before you do that, though, because you were making me laugh with some of it, and then I never was able to get the full story because good night, Anita. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Stay safe. About your mother listening, she because on social media we're sharing, posting everything. Well, your mom somehow gets a hold of I don't think it was the live feed. I think she went back and listened to it after the fact. Do you have some of those texts in front of you?
Yeah, of course I do. So here's how it works. So the last show we did before the end of the year, when we post something on Facebook, we share it, right? Look, first and foremost, let me preface this. I do not, or at least I didn't think I had my mother following along with the show. I have gone out of my way to make sure my mother does not listen to the show. She is a very religious woman. Jesus. If you say the F word, you're a sinner.
Oof.
You need to repent. Oh, dude, it's a
the
whole
old school Latin.
it's a whole thing.
Right.
So here's how it works. She claimed that she receives an email with a link to the show, and it had the title of the show from Facebook. So she's like, yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look.
Wow.
She looks at it and she says, and I quote here. She's like, so I can't believe you keep sending me emails of your show link, and when I take a look at the show link, you are talking about disgusting things. I am so incredibly disappointed with you, Joshua. When my mother says the full name,
yeah, you know you're fucked.
that's it. I'm fucked. I know that she is like God is here, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, I cannot believe that some of the stuff you said, you're starting to say things suddenly about a giraffe's anus. And I'm like, first off, that was Tony. Tony was the one that made reference to giraffe's asshole. I absolutely did not say that. So she's here going off, and look, you need to repent. I can't believe you're backsliding so much. I don't want to see my son go to hell. Oh, I mean, bro,
this is wonderful to me,
it
dude.
was like my mom chained text message me of how she's incredibly disappointed with me. You're so talented. Why are you talking about sex? And why are you talking about blah, blah, blah? And I'm like,
Does
Mom,
she know you?
do you know? Well, the problem is, look, I've always said this, and I don't know how your mother is, but I always say out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, yeah, of course. They don't want to know any of that shit.
Look, you don't, with the drugs, alcohol, everything else. Look, you don't want to know about that. Like the years of dude, you've known me from throughout the years.
Yeah.
The years of stuff that I have done.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have my dad is much more liberal in his very conservative age, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm like, my dad knows enough to know he's not going to listen to the podcast. My uncles and occasionally some of my aunts that follow along to the show for whatever godly reason.
They're all closeted listeners. They're all secretly listening. They're all tuning in and laughing and just not telling you about it. Is what I
Let me tell you how I know they do. Because when I saw my Uncle Bob, first thing he says, Skitopia.
Hell yeah. Shout out Uncle Bob. Bob in the fucking house, baby. Hell yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro. So you're listening to this show. I'm like, all right, don't tell Dad about some of the content.
It's fucking wonderful. Uncle Bob. All right,
Uncle
Bob. Shout out Uncle Bob. What up? Shout out, Mom. What up? We love you. Keep listening. Giraffe's assholes. Yeah.
Giraffe's asshole. That should be the name of the first podcast. Giraffe asshole. Yeah, fuck, that was a nightmare. She got over it, but still, man, look, let me tell you, when my mother goes through this thing where she's really pissed off, she'll text my dad. She'll text she'll text
cycle.
It's a cycle. It's a whole thing. So I'm getting chains from everybody, and my dad's like, what the hell is going on? What is your mother talking? I'm like, Dad, you know damn well what I'm talking about. You know my dad knows my sense of humor. I don't know how your relationship was with your old man before he passed.
Great. Yeah, it was
mine. My old man knows. He knows the shit that makes me laugh. He knows how I am.
Yep.
Not in front of him, right? Like, I mean, I'm not dropping F-bombs and talking sex and blah, blah, blah. But he knows. He's not an idiot. I mean,
so where do you think you got it from? I know it's probably horseshit. Everybody says you get something from somewhere, but like the wild side of that, since your mom's one way, and do you think your dad might have been at some point kind of, a little off the cuff, kind of, a renegade, if you will?
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen older photos from when your dad was younger, but my dad drove a motorcycle.
There you go. So that's
he was like a sports car guy.
Right.
He wrapped his souped up Camaro around a telephone pole, almost died. I mean, he was a drag racer. He was, him, my Uncle Bob, my Uncle Richard, they're like mafia, dude. I mean, like
anal, really like anal. That was
good. Yeah, like was banging broad. No, stop. My dad only dated my mother while they were younger, right? Like
Right,
that was
yeah.
they were like high school sweethearts. But
Okay.
you know, when my old man is coming by to pick up my mom in a motorcycle with long hippie hair from the
Right.
60s and 70s,
Yeah.
you know, and the only thing he listened to was Black Sabbath and the Eagles, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, kind of what was going on here.
Now, was it a
was-
motorcycle or was it a donkey?
It was you know what? I am not gonna have that kind of talk.
Órale, güey.
That's ridiculous. I know your guinea ass, your dad was probably on a boat from, you know, Ellis Island. So stop.
His parents were, but
I mean, you know how it goes. Chris, so Chris was a part of Skitopia many, many years ago. In fact, she's sorry, Chris.
damn.
Wasn't she? She's one of the trannies. One of the tranny things.
We are very liberal here.
Very liberal, that's right. And before she made the transition to boy, you see, I'm struggling trying to get this right. I had her watch Two Girls, One Cup on the show. And I would force her to watch some really disgusting pornography during Skitopia just to get the just to get the reaction of some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And as I could tell from the comment on Facebook, still is probably haunting his dreams, very much so.
That's great. That's all the way back to the was it TK 101? Is that what it was?
No, dude. When I had come back from TK and I was at 99.5 Kiss in San Antonio, my boy Chris Fuentes at the time that I was there, we both started. Well, it was originally called a couple of S's, Skeet and Fuentes, changed it to Skitopia. Chris was there, and you know, I was like, you know what? We need a lesbian on the show. Well, little unbeknownst to me, I didn't know the lesbian was going to be straight up. You know, and Chris, I'm curious if you ever got a cock yet. I mean, I'm gonna have to get this email and send you this because I am curious on a lot of it. But she was super cool. She always was. She tried her best, or he tried her best. Chris, look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep calling you she. I just fucking can't. I don't know what to fucking do with it. Would consistently be like, you know, trying to give Chris, us on the straight and narrow of trying to understand what it meant to, you know, move to whatever. And I was like, look, I'm an actual dude and it's a pain in the ass. I don't know why you want to be a fucking dude. It's a fucking nightmare. I mean, you're a chick, a black chick. She was the trifecta, I used to call her. She was a chick, she was a lesbian, and she was black. It's like the trifecta of fucking everything that you couldn't get. She couldn't get fired. Like ever. Like you could say, hey, like ever. I don't give a fuck. She could be like corporate stealing stuff and go, hey, I'm a trans blah, 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 and I'm African American. You came from me. And they'd look at him and go, all right, fuck it. Just don't steal billions. You can steal a couple of 100,000. Just don't steal
Turn a blind eye.
Turn a blind eye. That's how it was. I always thought, man, I was so jealous of that because I was like, fuck, man, you're the trifecta of like everything everybody should ever want in life or strive to be. No wonder people bitch so much, you know, about Caitlyn Jenner's and, you know, that we're leading the way for whatnot. But she was always super cool. Chris, I'm going to attempt to try to send you a link to have you go. As long as you have a video link, we can have you on the show. If you could give us a little like emoji that you do have video, if I can send you this link, that'd be great. Tony, are you cool with chatting with him?
Yeah. Let's do it. Your phone will work. I mean, it's probably better if you have
if you have something right
like earbuds or something.
Yeah, if you can
but if not, we can do it next time. It doesn't, you know.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, because I probably, Chris, this is going to be a pain in the ass to do as I'm attempting to do a show here.
Let's set it up for next.
We'll set it up. We'll set it up for our
Valentine's
special
Day
Valentine's edition show. Ooh, shit! You know that'd be pretty cool
perfect.
to have.
There
That's great. So there you go, Chris. Tree Tizzle. I got to figure out how to get you on the show because, oh Lord.
I mean, they can be guests on the old Valentine's. Yeah, because we need a bunch of guests. That show might run a little long since I'll be fresh out of the old hernia about a week operation. God. We can have call-in guests. We can always set that up,
Yeah. So now that we're talking about lesbians and trannies and whatnot,
I don't think you're supposed to say tranny anymore, but just so you're.
What are you talking? Is that something I can't say now? God damn it, Chris! Okay. What can I say?
Hold on, let me get my booklet out because I forgot what. No, no, but that is. It's not.
So I can't say tranny.
No.
Fuck, are you serious, Chris?
Yep.
Trans. Am I allowed to say tranny, or is it got to be like trans Siberian lesbian? I can't say that.
See, I told you. I win. Yeah, I told you, dude.
I don't understand. What can I say then if I'm referring to someone of the trans?
Trans. I think
really? That's it. That's the only thing I can say is fucking trans. I can't say like. I can't say shit because I'm a straight man.
Just like they took away retard too. That was one of my favorite words.
I mean,
it wasn't even trying to be mean about it. It wasn't even like mean about it.
You can't say that.
But it wasn't being used in that context. It was just like
it was an idiot. It was like when Eminem was say fag, and then he realized with the Elton John thing, oh shit, I can't say that because it's offensive. So you get rid of that word
these days. A little sensitive.
I mean, everybody's a little hypersensitive. I don't know why I can't say the word dyke anymore. I used to love that word. It was like something that was like there, and I can't say it. Chris, I blame you. Now that I know you're listening, I blame you on all that stuff. It's crazy. But now that we're talking about your kind, let's talk about your hero, Caitlyn Jenner. So there is a swimmer by the name of Leah Thomas, and she is a part of the NCAA swim team. She is a he and probably is tucking the dick because she is cleaning up the University of Pennsylvania transgender swimmer who has been demolishing the competition. I want to show you a picture of this thing.
Dude,
sorry.
This thing, that's so fucking. You're just
what?
This episode is just filled with fucking.
What? Look at that! You cannot tell me.
I mean,
if you look, you're a parent, and you're sending your child to these high paying schools. I hate that bitch. I know you do. I'm glad you hate this because this is insanity. This whole fucking thing. It
is kind of insane, dude.
So you see this. Look, but let me lay this out for you, Tony. So you pay all this money to send your kids to this fucking Ivy League school on a scholarship for swimming.
Right.
Your kid is out there, been busting their ass. It's competition time. Boom. This fucking thing is popping up. Leah Thomas.
Just not fair.
Dude, it is not fair. Obviously, and here's what Caitlyn Jenner said. Obviously, this is about Leah Thomas, who has brought a lot of attention to the issue. First of all, I respect her decision to live her life authentically, of course, a hundo, but that also comes with responsibility and some integrity. I don't know why she's doing this for two reasons. This is from Caitlyn Jenner.
Right.
It's not good for the trans community. We have a lot of issues in the trans community that are very difficult and very challenging. We have a suicide rate that's 9 times higher than the general public. Dude, that alone is astounding to me.
Right.
And here she is, dude, and this is what's great. Leah Thomas is also not good for women's sports. It is unfortunate that this is happening. I don't know why she's doing this. She knows she's swimming. She's beating the competition by 2 laps. She was born as a biological boy. She was raised as a biological boy. Her cardiovascular system is bigger. Her respiratory system is bigger. Her hands are bigger. She can swim faster. That's known. All of this is a woke world, and that we're living in right now is not working. I feel sorry for the other athletes that are out there. Oh my gosh, this is great. It's just not. And that is from Caitlyn Jenner, man. I mean, look.
They're going to have to come up with some kind of something, because it's just not fair. Like you're saying, as far as, you know, imagine being one of the female swimmers, like you said, who trained, and then this happens. It's just not fair. Like you said, however you want to live your life is fine.
Look, I'm
But I
okay.
mean,
I obviously don't look. I mean, you and I talk about this on the show all the time. We don't give a shit. But
no.
when I see stories like this and I see it, and Chris, I get it. Caitlyn Jenner doesn't speak for the trans community, but I am curious because you are trans. I mean, your initial feelings on something of this, it just seems insane to me. It seems that, you know, biologically speaking, she is destroying biological girls.
Right.
And, you know, how does, you know, people are so overly sensitive nowadays. How do you think that's feeling? How do you think that conversation is going when they go home and go, you know, yeah, I got my ass kicked by a dude, essentially.
Yeah, like what are they going to do? I mean, are they going to eventually have to make some kind of separate, you know, transgender sporting,
dude,
you know what I mean? Or
that's
like
the
what
problem? No, they're not. They're
or
not
well,
because they are trying. We are in this woke point in our lives that because she is already, you know, we're being forced. Well, let's just not say let's say we're sticking with the sports. In the sports world, he is now a she, and she is saying, since I am a woman now, and that's how it is,
right.
I should be able to do that. Well, this is going, look, I do not believe it's fair. I think it's
not.
unfortunate. Someone like Caitlyn Jenner, you know, I get she doesn't speak for the entire trans. This particular, because Bruce Jenner was an athlete and gets it.
Right.
I am absolutely listening to these comments because I agree. I do
Well,
not believe it's fair.
This is the beginning, because I mean, you're just, I mean, over the last whatever amount of years, seeing this stuff pop up. So it's going to be an issue for many years to come, I would imagine. I mean, something's going to have to be done. It's not fair for the others. You know, it's like you said, people training their whole time, they're excited to get there, and then this happens. It's like, what the fuck? I can't compete with that. You know,
about that. What would you do?
I would change school. I would immediately go, fuck that shit. I trained too hard to be blown away by this fucking guy, girl now, but whatever. You know, because men, we know that, are built different as far as athletes, or women would be playing men in, you know, everyday sports. So something's going to have to be done. I don't know what the answer is. And, you know, that sucks for those fucking kids, you know, the ones.
Chris says, but trans men can compete in men's sport. Yeah, then you know what? Then have them strictly compete in men's sports where biologically speaking, they are equal to.
Right.
You can't, Chris. I mean, God, I wish I could get you on the show right now to have this conversation. But I mean, you cannot say it's not fair. I mean, you saw the photo. You say in comparison, it's like Shaquille O'Neal swimming against Tony.
I'm just a widow guy.
Just a widow, you know, fat guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is, dude. It's a weird thing. And I'm really glad I don't have, it hasn't, you know, I'm not a part of any of it affecting, you know, me at all. I think sports is going to be a real issue, man, though. It's going to be one of those that, you know, and off the top of the head, I can't think of anything else that would come up, you know, that cause problems, except for, I know that recently, I think it was at a gym or something, about the whole, you know, men identifying now as women and then using the female restrooms pre-op, and then, you know, them whipping out their cocks, and there's kids and shit in the fucking thing. Some lady went fucking berserk. It was all over the news and all over the podcast. Yeah, and I can't remember where it was, what city it was in, but it was a gym or something. She had her kid with her, and there was a gentleman or woman, you know, whatever, they that walked into the female, because identifies now as a woman, but still had a penis, and, you know, the kid saw the penis. It was fucking, the lady went fucking berserk, son. She fucking went berserk because, you know, it wasn't a white lady, it was a black lady, and she was fucking going after it, boy. So that kind of stuff is going to pop up, you know, too, and that's going to be another, you know, situation. Those are the two, you know, the two that I've seen, you know, most, you know, in the media that pop up. I'm sure there's going to be other, you know, things. It's just, I don't know how to handle it. I'm glad I'm not in a position that has to figure out how to handle it, because it's fucking different.
Dude, well, it's tough. I mean, how are you? You know, we're two straight dudes attempting to have a conversation about that at the end of the day, yeah, I have a certain feeling about it. You know, as far as, you know, the post-op going into women's restrooms and stuff. That's, I mean, yeah, you hear that one story, but in the scheme of things, I would be under the assumption that anyone doing that, I mean, you're not trying to make a big deal about it with
Right,
others.
no.
You're not trying to be some pervert exposing
no,
themselves
of
and
course
then
not.
throwing it out.
Right.
Hey, I'm in transition.
Right.
You know, there's always going to be that one individual that is just doing shit that's shady for the sake of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, look, I mean, I would go into a chick's restroom and just to take a look at some titties.
You're fucking lying.
And
I knew that was fucking coming up. Did you
And
hear
then-
the other though?
Go, hey, yeah, I'm trans. I don't know what
Yeah,
that means. I got a
right.
trans.
See,
ass.
that's what
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
about. Fuckers like you that are going to take advantage of the situation. Also, prisons. Also, prisons now. Prisoners in men's prisons that then started to identify as women. They are now granted, and I don't know what state this is. You can look it up if you want, but they are granted to go now to women's prisons.
Really?
Yeah, and that is absolutely insane. So
that
I don't know. I don't know how they're dealing. Yeah, Google that. I don't know how they're dealing with all this shit or what's going on, but it's going to get, different. More, you're going to hear more about it coming up. Just more things like this. Rising.
I think guys like that are going to use the system because they don't want to get punked.
Always, dude.
You know what I mean?
And I feel bad for the ones like you're saying that are just trying to live the way they want to live. Nobody knows. They're not announcing it. They're just living their life. And then you're going to have the people that come in and try to rattle the cage or, take advantage of the situation. Like anything else, though. It's fucking like anything else, really.
Of course. Welcome to Us Against Humanity. Thank you for tuning in so far. Go to our website, usagainsthumanity.com. Weather has been crazy. Tony, we're big on TikTok. And for whatever reason, your part of the world popped up on my feed.
Y'all can't tell me it's not beautiful here in Tennessee. Shit!
Is that what you were doing?
Hey, when it snows here, dude, and now you have to understand, it's kind of in the middle of the East Coast, so you're not far north enough to be prepared and have the equipment for the fucking snow, and you're not far south enough to where you're not going to get any. So when it snows here, I'm not kidding, everything shuts down. They only salt like the main roads, and it is like the apocalypse here whenever we get snow, because nobody's used to it, and it only happens a few times, so there's no reason to invest in all this fucking snow equipment when some winters we don't get a snow. This year, different story.
Yeah, you guys got inundated with it. Look, dude, Texas is the same way. San Antonio, not just San Antonio, but Texas in general shuts down.
Oh yeah,
everything. We shut down highways. We shut down.
Right.
Everything possible. Yeah, because we don't deal with that shit on a regular basis. So it's just insane. Speaking of the whole Karens, I saw this. This is great.
Stop calling people Karen. Grow up. Call them a cunt like an adult.
Yeah, dude. I couldn't agree more.
And sometimes you just got to, man.
I mean, imagine the poor real life nice Karens. Like some lady was just named Karen, maybe one of the nicest,
nicest
people on
women.
Earth.
I mean, like doing good for humanity.
Then you're fucked. You got the name
and all
Karen.
of a sudden, they're like, well, because you say, you're getting yourself a latte, and what's the name, Karen?
Yeah, I'd change my fucking name at this point.
Karen.
I'd change my name. I'd use my middle name or change it now at this point. Like legally change it, because that fucking name is ruined forever, son. There's just no reason to be that fucking name anymore. You just fucking change it.
Well, yeah, you can't do anything with that name anymore. So you and I, look, you've been sitting around preparing yourself for, for COVID and anal. I mean, let's just be honest. You've been preparing for it. I knew it. Fucking ass. I was trying to send you some documentaries.
Yeah.
And the one that you and I both are all over is this Cosby. We need to talk about Cosby.
This is going to be great.
If you haven't seen it, I'm going to
show trailer.
Yes, sir. I'll show you the little trailer. Here you go.
I'm hearing no audio.
Wait, are you not hearing that?
Nope.
No audio whatsoever, really?
No, sir.
Oh, well, we gotta. All right, I get it. You're a black man. Hold on a second, baby. All right, give me 1 second to make sure I'm doing this right for you.
You're about as cute as it gets. You know that when you're dealing with just technical stuff, just look at you, just concentration, smoke coming out of your fucking ears.
Right,
Man,
just fucking pissed off.
All right, that was a great clip. Anyway, Cosby.
Hey,
Cosby.
Yeah, fucking Cosby.
I think that edible's kicking in.
Dude, we haven't talked about that yet. Okay, let's try that. Let's try this one more time. Tell me if you can hear it.
All right, babe.
Edit this.
Yes.
A lot of people knew, because you can't do what he did unless you have other people supporting what you're doing.
Spanish Fly. The girl would drink it and hello, America.
Bill Cosby had been one of my heroes. I'm a black man, stand-up comic. I was born in the 70s. But this?
More trouble for Bill Cosby.
The accusations just keep coming in. This was complicated. How do we talk about Bill Cosby?
It's complex come out, you know.
Bill Cosby was our teacher.
Kind of center of morality all throughout his career.
Made my grandmother laugh, made everybody in the house laugh.
It was funny.
About Black America in the 20th century and not talk about Bill Cosby.
Thank you.
On that set, I saw Black writers, Black directors.
Did you remember what his job was on the show?
He was a pediatrician.
He was an OB-GYN.
Oh, that's right. He delivered babies. Oh, my God. You could have been a dentist for crying out loud, but you weren't. Bill Cosby has been leaving breadcrumbs.
It's my barbecue sauce. After people on something, they get all huggy-buggy.
He was talking about how to drug women.
Beautiful women. They were lined up outside of his dressing room.
What did you think was going on?
He looked at me and he said, "Fool them again."
You don't often learn that your hero's the worst sorts of villain.
This is just a sad day in the history of Black culture.
It was just like, no, not Bill Cosby.
It's tough being a sister saying,
Whatever. It scares me.
You know now.
I feel like I have to have this discussion.
Not just on television.
We thought we knew Cosby. We never knew Cosby.
Fire. It's going to be straight fire. And I love the fact that they're getting it mostly from Black perspective. I think that's important. You know what I mean? Because a bunch of white guys sitting around talking about it.
Yeah, so, he was out drugging chicks. Yeah,
right,
no,
right.
It's different because, look, we do, once again, in this woke culture, it does come down to perspective. So you're right. If it was done by Whitey, it'd be like, fuck Whitey.
Very important.
What do you know? Fuck that. The fact it was done by African Americans does make it. Let me tell you, though, man.
A little more valid.
A part of me, though, thinks he's innocent.
Okay, hold on. Don't say another fucking word because I want to say something really fast, okay? This is the most mind-boggling, okay? And this is why something, I don't really believe in God, but I do believe there's got to be some higher person that's like, you know what, I'm bored. Let's make this guy a rapist. I mean, Mr. Huxtable, and I don't know about you, you had to watch the Cosby Show, right?
Oh, of course.
Did you watch the Cosby Show?
Grow up during that. In our age group, that's what you watch. What
You
was
had
it
to,
on
right?
NBC? It
Yeah,
was
like at 8
there.
o'clock on
Watch
Friday or
it.
something.
Of
Or
course,
yeah.
Of course you watched it.
And then Bill, yeah, of course. And then Bill Cosby himself. And then if you're going way back, and I don't know, it might have been reruns, but I doubt it. But Fat Albert was one of my favorite.
Hey.
Now I'm showing my age, but yeah, dude. So to have all of this, you know what I mean? And he was always kind of a like a representative of all things good. You know what I mean? And then this fucking comes out, and at first you are skeptical. You're like, all right, another somebody trying to get some money. But then, dude, there's this fucking just, I don't know how many women, like as many people that live in Hawaii, I think, or the amount of women that fucking like accuse this guy of this fucking shit. I can't wait because I don't know all the like the details. I'm sure they're going to give you a lot of them in the show, and I am fucking super stoked about this documentary.
A part of me, I'm always the skeptic. Do I think he did some shit? Oh, yeah. I mean, look, when you get one or two that are like, yeah, and then all of a sudden it disappears and said, well, it was settled out of court.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck you, looking for money. But then when 3, when 4, when 20, when 50, when 100. And then other comedians are like, we saw a lot of shit. But the fact of the matter is no one said anything. No one did anything. But the fact that there are so many little pieces of this story, I'm like, Bill, Mr. Huxtable,
it's
fucking
insane.
Puddin' Pop, and really?
I really wonder what happens, because by the time he was this started going on, he was already fucking ancient. Like, he had one bad eye. He looked like he had like a fish eye. He looked like he was beat. So when did the first lady come up and go, you know what? It's been, how many years was it? Like, what? I just want to know, like, what provoked the whole steamroll of, like, I know when one comes out, then others come out. I know, but I'm curious to know what the first couple, like, what finally clicked in their head to go, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm making this fucking known. There had to have been something that,
that is one of the things I think why we have to see the documentary, because off the top of my head, I don't know. I assume, but once again, I'm always the skeptic. I think one person says something, sees a payday, then someone else goes, well, fuck, I should get paid too.
No, that's true
and they
too.
start coming out. Yeah. But then as time goes on, where people are like, we're women are saying, look, I don't want your fucking money. Like, this guy's a fucking maniac. Something needs to be done about him. He's a predator.
Serial rapist. Serial rapist. Yeah.
And he was all about, it wasn't, he wasn't, in the sense, like, when someone hears rapist, they think Marilyn Manson story, right? But here it's like, yeah, come over my house. We're going to kick it. And then you're not going to wake up for like hours, and your panties are going to be off, and you're like, "Hey, I don't know what happened. How's my pudding pop taste? Let me see it.
I got a pudding pop for you." What's the fucking point though? Like, you're a sick fuck if you like drug a chick and she's like out and you're fucking her. Like, that's weird, dude. You know what I mean? Like, what's the fun in that? Oh, you're a sick fuck, dude. You're gonna be under investigation by the end of this second.
Look, it's a fetish, though. You are aware in this day and age, there are so many sexual fetishes that go on from people that in a million years, you're like, really? You're into feet? I would have never guessed that. You're into people farting in your cup and sniffing it and jerking off. That's like a thing. There are people that, are into, look, furries. Since we're about fetishes, furries. People get off to dressing up as these weird characters. How many times have we been on TikTok and seen these chicks dressed up like these fucking Marvel characters that dudes are out jerking off going, oh, fucking Peter Parker. It's like, what?
My brother likes my brother likes to fuck the backside of girls' knees. You know how it bends? He likes to lube that up and bend their knee and then fuck that crease in their leg, dude. And he was
you serious?
Dude, I swear to God, he was telling me weird shit the other night. Dude, and then also he did some weird shit where I came on her feet and then makes her open up her toes so it looks like webbed toes.
What?
Yeah, dude. He said the back. Look, hold on. Let me see. You know this part here?
Yeah.
He said he would like, it would like loot, like be lit, and then he'd fuck her leg like this. And he likes it. He was telling me too much the other night. I'm like, all right, I've had enough.
I was going to say, that's your brother. I mean, were you guys stoned? And
he doesn't smoke. He doesn't smoke. I do. But yeah, he was just telling me I was stoned. I just got a little, I was like, okay, bro, let's watch this football game. Finish watching this football game.
Can we no longer talk about your sexual fetishes? Dude, what's the craziest fetish like you ever do with a chick? I can tell you now, I never stick my dick between the back of their knees. I tell you,
it's so creative, right? Though.
It is. I mean, I give him an A for effort on that. But that's not,
oh, you know what I like? You know what I like? Before you asked what I like. I used to bang my one of my girlfriends was really up for it way back in the day when I was a bit younger. We used to like to bone outside where maybe we would get caught. That was
And
our fucking thing.
that is like, so you see worse shit on TikTok for that. That I wouldn't even put in the category of sexual fetishes. That's
now
just
it's
like
weird, though, dude. Now
it's I mean, there's motherfuckers out there that are doing, look, dude, there are women that are doing OnlyFans pages that all they do is stick their toes in the weirdest stuff.
Yes, dude.
That's it. And they make a shit ton of money.
They're
and
paying
I'm
their
like,
rent.
dude, they're paying more than their rent. But
Yeah.
the whole time I'm like, well, I don't. And, you know, Tony, and I've thought about this. I'm like, so once again, going back to the start of the show, am I just so old now that my idea of a sexual fetish is, if I'm getting a Hummer in the back of the car, somebody's getting. And nowadays it's like you hear songs getting top at the red lights. I mean, like that's a first date, getting blown in a drive-through.
Dates. Those are my kind of dates.
I mean, I like that shit, sure.
Dome.
But is it? We love the dome. But is it something as far as because look, man, a fetish that maybe is, I don't know, that in my mind gets me off or whatever. That's tough, man, because it seems so lame in comparison to some of the stuff they do. I like spitting in their mouth.
Oh, you sick fuck. I knew it was going to be something.
You
fish hook him. Oh, God. All right, this is getting too intense. It's getting a little intense for me.
I fish hook it.
Oh,
but that's
God.
it. That's like,
what? You sick fuck. There was a girl that I used to bang from the radio station that we were at. And I was fucking her one night and she said, spit in my mouth. And I was just kind of, that was back in my party days. So I was probably loogying her up. Because I mean, that was back in the fucking, sniffing coke, drinking fucking psycho fucking bullshit. So yeah, but that even kind of startled me.
Really?
It was like going at it, like spit in my mouth. And I was like, come again? Because I was like, I didn't really spit in my mouth. I was like, all right, let's do this fucking shit.
Yeah, I didn't need alcohol or drugs to do it. I was
wow, you fish. Will you stop doing that? I'm gonna have nightmares seeing you fucking fish hooked. Like, God, you sick bastard.
Dude, have you ever gone out with a girl that wants you to punch her?
No, that's fucked up. I would not punch. That's just one of the best sounds ever. Fucking.
Dude, let me tell you, there was a girl that I went out with that before she came, she was like, punch me. And right as she was saying punt, I was like,
yeah, but you can't punch her. You just kind of
she'd call you a pussy if you're like,
man, that's fucking weird. She
wanted to be fucking slugged. Like she wanted bruises on her fucking, and me, once again, the skeptic was like, bitch, I ain't trying to catch a case if you hate me like a week later and going, he fucking punched me in the face. And it's like, easy, everybody take a breath. Everybody calm down. No. Which brings me to this whole Evan Rachel Wood thing as far as like fetishes. Look, we've heard stories of Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was the nice guy, pudding pops.
Yeah.
Living this whole thing. When you hear Marilyn Manson and you hear a chick dating her, what kind of a woman, just being honest here, Tony, what kind of a woman do you think she is, just hearing that she's decided to date Marilyn Manson?
Well, I try not to prejudge. Okay.
Oh, prejudge, man. I prejudge.
But I would think that she's, up for whatever, knowing that this guy, is who he is. Now, that does not mean that.
God, I knew you were going to go here already.
Listen to me. No, because we know which direction you're going. It's very hard for you to believe the women due to your deep-rooted hate for them, as we will discuss later in further episodes down the line. But I just think, okay, yeah, he might be a freak, but that doesn't mean he can, either rape her or sexually abuse her just because she may be into some kink. He's into some kink. It can be taken too far. And if she wasn't up for it, then I could see, her getting upset or doing whatever the fuck she's doing now. What is she trying to do? Is she suing him or something, or what's the full?
Well, no. So she has developed a documentary called Phoenix Rising, And it is strictly a documentary on her relationship with Marilyn Manson and how she wound up going through all this craziness with him during the relationship. This is the latest story that I'm going to share with you now. That was just released on Rolling Stone.
Getting your paycheck up
Oh,
to 2
you
days earlier.
motherfucker.
Capital One.
Oh, wow, Capital One.
They are not a sponsor.
They are not.
In the first part of new documentary Phoenix Rising, Evan Rachel Wood claims Marilyn Manson, quote, essentially raped her, end quote, on camera in 2007. In the video for Heart-Shaped Glasses, Manson dressed Wood in a pair of heart-shaped shades identical to the poster from Lolita, Stanley Kubrick's 1962 film based on the Vladimir Nabokov story about a man who falls in love with an underage girl. Manson and Wood met and began dating in 2006, when Manson was 38 and Wood was 18. In an interview at the time, Manson said, I think that the age difference helps to match my emotional immaturity. Being Marilyn Manson, I shouldn't be expected to grow up in a conventional way. In the Amy Berg-directed documentary, Wood alleges that she was coerced into a commercial sex act under false pretenses. Prior to the filming of the music video, a plan for a simulated sex scene was discussed. When the camera started rolling, Evan Rachel Wood says Manson began to penetrate her. The documentary, set to air in full on HBO later this year, details the tumultuous relationship between the actress and the rocker, where Wood claims she was physically and sexually abused throughout their 5-year relationship. In 2016, Wood alluded to past physical, psychological, and sexual abuse, but didn't publicly name Manson until 2021. Following her statement, 4 other women went public with abuse allegations against Marilyn Manson, born Brian Warner. In November, Rolling Stone investigated the numerous claims of abuse against Warner, including 55 new interviews. Following Rolling Stone's expose into Warner, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department raided his home and seized media storage devices later that month. Brian Warner has denied all claims of abuse. Phoenix Rising charts the creation of the Phoenix Act, a bill that extends the statute of limitations for domestic violence survivors to pursue charges against their abusers. According to Wood, the activism was spurred in part upon hearing other women's abuse accusations against Warner.
I know what you're gonna say because I can see it in your fucking face. But it, these things may be happening, dude. And maybe before, in the world we were before, it was kept under fucking wraps. And now, the way things are today, it's starting to come out. Are there some mixed in that are money hungry? Yes. Just like you're saying, there were some trans mixed in that are trying to cause an issue, and it messes up the ones that are just trying to be happy. Same thing here. Some of these women that are trying to get a check, payday, are ruining it for some of this. I do think it was suppressed before, and I do think we are hearing about it now because of the current state of, the way things are today.
And I do completely agree with that. Do not get me wrong. I agree that there are a lot of women that are having to suffer under the hands of men with power and are put in situations that no woman should ever be a part of. Having said that, there are also other women out there that see a paycheck, that see opportunity, and then they seize it because they have the chance to seize it. I believe Evan Rachel Wood is one of these people. When she made this music video with Marilyn Manson, that was literally 3 years before she wound up marrying the guy. When she's on a set with this guy, and there is this alleged penetration going on, you mean to tell me
that you still married him?
Number one, you married the guy, but two, while he was basically, because look, you know me, I went straight back to the music video to see, all right, where's this alleged penetration? I'm dying to see it. And there's some stuff going on, but it's like, okay, well, if people are saying, yeah, he was fucking her on film.
Yeah.
So at what point, you mean to tell me that nobody during this shoot was like, oh, hey, there are protocols for sexual simulated sex, right?
Yeah,
think about it. On a lot of these movies and interviews, when people talk about simulated sex, it's like, yeah, I got to wear a sock, and we have stuff between us, and there's gyrating. It's very uncomfortable. So you mean to tell me that out of all of these procedures in Hollywood, that magically she decides, all right, go ahead and fuck me?
Right.
You don't see this guy's dick. You don't see him basically getting hot and bothered and fucking you on film. And at no point, no one said, hey, yo, are we shooting a porno or what's going on here?
Yeah.
And not only that, but years later, you married the guy. Everything wound up happening. Look, number one, Marilyn Manson. I have heard stories. I've seen stuff. The guy obviously is a creep. He's taken advantage of his power. He was yet another man in the stem of the Weinstein that used his power for bad. But still, there are always these women that are like, I can change him.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, can make it work. And when things happen and he's putting you in these weird sexual, fantasies, tying you up, beating you, rubbing knives around your tits, taking, like, some of the stuff I've read, dude, is, I don't know if people get off to it. It's kind of sick, but let me tell you, all of the other stories from other girlfriends and fiancés were like, yeah, that's kind of his thing. It's like, so what? So you fuck a guy, it is what it is. And then years later, you're like, you know what? That was fucked up. I don't like this guy anymore. Yeah, he did this to me. That I've got a fucking problem with.
Now, are you, have you ever thought that maybe it's a combination of things? Okay, so yeah, that is weird. If he did this act during a video and then you marry him, that's weird. But then during the marriage, maybe there was some abuse, though. So maybe it's a mixture of stuff. And then she's so pissed that she's adding some of this shit that she knows she can get him with.
No, of course. I do. I think some of the stuff that she alleged, him blackmailing her, him saying that, he was going to release sex tapes and photos and, different abuse. Yeah, no, look. I think the guy's a prick. I think he's a fucking sicko, and I think he did some stuff. But as far as just, this alleged rape and this and that, no. I honestly, look, did he do stuff? Yes. The stuff she's alleging, that sounds great for the media. And, these documentaries. I mean, she made a
documentary, exactly. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying in this instance. I could see where there's a little bit of both in this one. He probably did some shady shit, pissed her off, so now she's fucking just laying it all out there on the fucking line. Yeah, makes sense.
Of course, when in doubt, you have the opportunity. In my opinion, this is probably some of the best acting she's ever done in her career.
Damn. Ooh, that's a burn right now.
Ooh. Speaking of burns, let me give you a TikTok.
I don't understand why guys have Instagrams. Who said you could do that?
Aw, honey, you're talking mad shit for someone whose entire identity could be destroyed by a baby wipe.
Emotional, damn it!
Damn, son.
Hey, bro, what? Oh, emotional. Damn.
Hot chicks. That's all Instagram is. Unless you're a hot chick, it's not. Or some celebrity. That's just what it is now.
You and I try so hard to embrace it. And I think the only thing that anyone ever gives a shit with is our memes. When we post shit, it's like, hey, there's no tits.
Nobody cares.
Why are we fucking watching?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, nobody cares. I mean, I'm guilty. If I see a super, I mean, there's so many that you can't do them all. But like, if I'm scrolling through TikTok, there's a hot one. I go to their Instagram link, check that out, hit follow on our fucking Instagram.
All the time, bro.
Yeah.
Every time. What do you expect, dude? I'm so envious of women that just have this opportunity from a certain age to just go out, make mad money, and then before they age, they're like, "Fuck it," Look, ladies, get a financial advisor if you're gonna do it. Look, I applaud you. Go out from the age of 18 to 23.
I think it's great.
Do all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Take advantage of the fact that you're young and hot and tight. Make a ton of money. Get a financial advisor. Expand that money. If you want to spend a couple more years to 25 before you're an old porn broad, then fine. Then it's not a big deal because you're going to make more money than anybody with a real job will ever make.
I mean, you're just spitting truth right there, buddy.
Truth today.
That's just fucking golden. That's the best fucking thing. That's so good. That's just TikTok home run right there, buddy. Can you imagine that hitting your nutsack?
Oh my god, dude, you would have no choice but to just fucking start farting.
Man.
I mean,
Man.
that just.
Wow, you're a dirty fuck for that one. But that's great, man. My algorithm's kind of wacky on my TikTok right now. I'm not getting as much funny stuff. For whatever reason, I'm getting like those annoying people that try to harass officers like with their camera. You know what I mean? Like, do you have what's your no, I won't show my ID. Do you expect me of a crime? You know, they they say the same shit as every other camera guy. I wish sometimes that, you know, that the cops would just fucking lay those guys out. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's
I
like,
want them to just be like, shut the fuck up. You know what? If you're filming, you're right. That's the TikTok I want to see, where they're like, well, you know, according to statute 45. Shut the fuck
There's
up.
your statute right there, you
I got your
fuckhead.
fucking statute. I was getting ready to retire anyway, you fucking just.
Now, on the other hand, you know, cops do some shady shit, but these guys are just asking for they just sound like little dweebs too behind their fucking little.
Feel that sometimes, no, I will not roll down my window. According to
according to statute
According-
89.53.6.
Yes,
Fucking assholes.
Are you? And the cop is always a dick. Are you a lawyer?
Well,
Right.
you know, I have done enough stuff.
Yeah. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Yes, I demand your badge number right now. I am a white man, and I feel.
Dude, so I get a bunch of those. I don't know how. Maybe because I watch the whole things. Because that's how they do it. I don't like anything because that really will fuck your algorithm up. You start liking or following shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
You
But if you watch them all too, if you watch like the 3 minutes, if they catch you watching these kind all the way through to the end of them, those will start appearing in your fucking deal. I've done tests. Now that I fucked up our first account and I can't find it, this new one, I've learned over these accounts how they fucking work your algorithm. And I think if you're watching the full video of certain things, after a while, they will end up in your algorithm there.
Yeah, because right now my algorithm is funny shit like that and hot chicks that are shaking their ass all the time. That is absolutely my algorithm. But I have gotten some comedy bits. This one is become a new trend that I wish I could figure out a way to add our stuff to. I just find it hilarious, probably because I have a little nephew now, but I just think this shit's funny.
And I said, thanks for the memories. But in all seriousness, dude, if you're coming over, just make sure you bring enough milk for the whole party. It's not fair that you're the only one that gets to drink it. Well, they're always in your face because they're massive. If she had Happy Meal titties, then you wouldn't have to worry about them getting in your way while you're eating. I'll talk to you when you get here.
That's fucking great, dude. I love that. I haven't seen that one yet. That's a fucking awesome.
Dude, I love that one.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The kid is like just laughing, and at the end, just like anybody, like if it's you and I talking, we go, fuck.
Yeah. That's fucking
That
great.
kid has seen his old man say some shit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That
He the air.
kid.
Yeah, he definitely. That's fucking great.
Oh, man. So, welcome to the show, everybody that's there. Thanks for watching the podcast. Old T Money Love and Special Sauce and I are, new year, new us, whatever. Got some stuff going on that maybe later down the year we might figure out some things. We won't give much away. I will be flying to Knoxville.
Yeah.
To start doing some stuff. I'm sorry, but
yeah, that's starting to kick in. Mine too. I was going to ask
Uh-oh.
you about how much longer you think we'll go because my bladder, like usual.
well, I told you, if you want to go ahead and grab a piss, we got two more. I want to talk about this whole this Playboy Mansion thing, man. This series,
yeah.
The
All right, I'm gonna
Secrets
go
of
pee.
Playboy.
I'm
So
gonna go pee
yeah,
real quick.
P, go ahead and P, talk about that. Everybody else. So where I got the little thing. So during New Year's Eve, I decided to, in the last show, I started talking about the fact that I was going to go to Florida. I was supposed to hang out with an ex-friend, wound up hanging with my good friend, Sean. And what I didn't realize, and I lived in Tampa forever, I worked at 98 Rock, and I wasn't aware that medicinal marijuana was legal. So I went and I was hanging with my boy Sean. He was like, well, we've got, actual places to buy like real weed. And I was like, well, I don't smoke. Tony smokes a shit ton of weed. I'm not the guy that like smoking it because it just seems so obvious, right? Like, I mean, I'm cool with feeling nice and buzzed, but I'm not down for, lighting a J and doing all that. But one thing I am is some decent edibles. And this edibles, it's 10 milligrams, and there's two. There's indica and sativa. Indica, apparently Indicouch. Sativa keeps you nice and chill. He's like, look, dude, you can't basically say that you're going to buy it for me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm going to tell you, I want one of each. I want one that's going to put me into couch, and I want one that I can just kind of do my, live life, watch some shows, watch your new Ozark season, just kind of veg, just kind of relax. So he got me this stuff, and let me tell you, it takes a while, a little longer than if you were like smoking a one hitter or whatever, but there's just something about it. I do not understand why marijuana is just not legal now, because if you have problems with like pharmaceutical drugs or alcohol abuse or whatever, in popping prescription pills, and I've talked about this on the show so many times, you can abuse that to a point that it fucks up your body so much, and just, you shouldn't do that. So if you could just get rid of having to pop a lot of these prescription pills to where you don't have to take Xanax, you don't have to take Oxy, you don't have to take all the, hydrocodones just to do it. Because the problem is people like to play. And what I did, the combo was you pop some prescription pills and then you drink, and then you get so fucked up you don't remember like life. You don't remember what you're doing. And when people start to abuse all this, it becomes just so completely out of control. So if you just had access to some decent medical-based marijuana, and the days of like getting it from some weirdo are gone, right? Like you can get like solid drugs now, some serious, just medicinal, medical grade marijuana. I truly believe that you could ditch the Oxy, you could ditch the Xanax, you could ditch the stuff that fucks up your liver, that completely take you down the downward spiral, and having a decent edible will put you in a chill spot. And I just think, and Tony, I know you agree with me on this, I just think if it was legal all around, I just think a lot more people would just be able to truly just enjoy themselves.
I mean, and on that note, my friend.
One hitter time.
Yeah, we're gonna toast to that because I really enjoyed. I'm sure I'm gonna go back and listen to that. I'm gonna enjoy that speech because I couldn't agree with you more. We need to get over it. Let's make this shit legal, baby. Here's to you, Mr. Marijuana, cannabis, weed, reefer, the devil's lettuce. We love you.
That's right. Think about it.
It's for you guys. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Oof, boy, this
I don't know now.
I was gonna say I don't know how much longer I'll be. I don't know how much longer I'll be doing the show. So before we wrap it up, let's talk about this whole Playboy thing, man. I mean,
yeah, baby. Do you remember
Holly
the first
Madison
time you saw Playboy, real quick? Do you remember the first time you saw Playboy? Did you find it under your dad's or in your dad's dresser, or no?
No, I was in 7th grade. I was in Catholic school, and there was a kid by the name of Jimmy who was known for bringing porn who he stole from his own man. We skipped out of gym, and I was immediately in awe of these Playboys. It was Pamela Anderson was the first one I saw. The second one was Nicole Eggert. And I jerked off to that one so much.
Wow,
was
dude.
Astounding to me.
So you were later on when you saw.
I
remember finding some with hairy bushes. Like I remember seeing some like
70s. Are we talking
80s.
like really 80s?
Probably
bush?
early 80s. These might have been some old ones too. That like I remember one of my uncles fucking had a stash. I'd root through his shit and I found a stash. He probably still whacked off to him, but they were fucking like from like 78 and they had big fucking like afro fucking.
Before any of them were trimming up the bush, you had to get a weed eater to eat pussy. It was like a whole thing. No, dude, I was a late bloomer in that sense, but I will tell you, when I went to Catholic school and dude, I was inundated with pornography. Everybody was talking about
Wow.
porn. Everybody was bringing in VHS tapes
What grade?
to share. Seventh
Okay.
grade.
Right.
Yeah, seventh
Okay.
grade. 7th, 8th grade that is where I truly became very hypersexual. I was
Still
in
are.
awe. I was in awe of it. Shut the fuck up. I was in awe of it. So I loved Hugh Hefner. I still love Hugh Hefner. I think the sacrilege that is going on with this documentary on A&E called The Secrets of Playboy. Here's just one of the many stories that you can witness on this show.
The reason I think the mansion was very cult-like, looking back on it, is because we were all kind of gaslit and expected to think of Hef as like this really good guy.
He was.
And you started to feel like, oh, he's not what they say in the media. He's just a nice man. Another thing that reminds me of a cult is how it was so easy to get isolated from the outside world there. You had a 9 o'clock curfew. You were encouraged to not have friends over. You weren't really allowed to leave unless it was like a family holiday.
Are there rules? Like, can you have boyfriends at all? No. You're not allowed
Half
to.
is our boyfriends.
How do you
So-
know when you're called to the master bedroom? Do you have nights?
Yeah.
The sex always happened kind of like the same time, the same night.
We would go out to a club every Wednesday and Friday, and that would be expected when we got home. I kept my waitressing job at just like one day a week because I wanted just to have something easy to go back to should things not work out. And he said it made him jealous and he would appreciate it if I quit my job. So instead, we were given $1,000 a week as an allowance.
Secrets of Playboy premieres Monday.
This guy's a legend.
I mean, come on, bro. What?
Now hold on.
All right, here we go.
All right, shut up.
Hey,
you know. I have not watched any of these stories. I don't know if he was making them do shit against their will. I do not promote any of that. But if it isn't true, and this guy was running the show like that, why don't you hit that applause button again? Because, buddy, that's pretty fucking awesome. When is it your turn in the master bedroom? You can just fucking call these chicks. Hey, I think I'll have Stacy tonight. Can you ring her up and send her to my room so I can bone her, please? I mean, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, that is absolutely true. All these women, that is how it went. He had, Stacy, Sharon, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? I feel like banging Holly tonight. Holly, it's your night. Come on in. I just popped 400 milligrams of Viagra. You're going to be walking sore. I mean, that is how it goes.
Dude.
Now,
That's crazy.
Here's what's interesting about one of the stories. Hugh Hefner's widow apparently has claimed that she's destroyed all of the alleged Holly Madison revenge pics. This is what's being alleged, right? She
Right.
reported that she tore up Hef's sordid insurance policy, is what he called it. Crystal Hefner, the widow of Playboy honcho Hugh Hefner, has revealed that she disposed of revenge porn that her late husband allegedly kept around the mansion to blackmail critics. See, they're hanging out, they're partying, they get fucked up, they start doing nasty shit. And who's there taking photos? Who's there fucking with the camera? Hugh Hefner. So if they talk shit, he could go, really? Let me let you watch this video. You're still
Right.
going to run your mouth? Dude, I applaud that. Why is that any? Look, here, I don't even need to read that story anymore. Let me tell you my thoughts on it. Because it is not like he is a politician that you have to go from a certain level where
not.
if people came over to these parties, they spend $1,000 a plate. It's very bougie. It is what
Right.
it is. You're at the fucking Playboy Mansion. There's hot naked chicks all over the place. They're going in the, in the pool fucking. They're going to different rooms. Hugh is there with a handful, with a fucking trough of pussy. What do you think is going to happen? The fact that this bitch is running her fucking mouth saying, I can't believe, and it was kind of like a cool, but you made millions of dollars,
Yeah.
and now you're making even more money
Yeah.
running your mouth on this guy's. Look,
And
so
he's
what
dead.
if he
Can't even
he's
stick
dead.
up for himself.
Yeah, the guy
either.
can't. And let me tell you
Right.
something. I guarantee you, he would say, yeah, of course. That's what I did. I took pictures of naked girls. When you were making out with another girl, I took photos. And what he was alleged that he did, when chicks would make out, he'd take photos, he'd print them out, throw them off to the party, said, here's what you're missing out on, guys. So she went back and was going, I never consented to that photo making out with a girl.
Wow. Right.
It's like, you're at the fucking Playboy Mansion. What do you, I mean, dude, I am so...
This is a weird one.
I mean, it's not right. Like, we've gone through the gamut. We've gone through the Cosby.
Right.
We've gone through the Manson.
Yeah.
And now we've gone through the Hugh.
Yeah.
Now think about how different yet weirdly similar a lot of it is. It's a very interesting situation in the sense that Bill gets a fucking weirdo, whatever. Manson, he's an even more weirdo. And then you got Hugh, that's just the king of vagina and was living the life that every young boy and grown-up man ever wanted. And now that he's passed on, you got these women going, yeah, he took photos of me. It's Playboy. Of course he did. I had to have sex with him on certain days, and I couldn't go to a club. You're his girlfriend. Of course you couldn't. Tell me one dude out there that's like, yeah, bitch, go ahead and go out and fucking grind some young dude. Now, if you're my, you can have ladies night, but you better not fucking start jerking dudes off. How is that different from anybody else except it's Hugh Hefner? I'm sorry, man. I just the whole thing angers me.
Well, this one is a little bit different, right? Like you said, the others are their own thing. This is a house that was built on sex and pictures. And I mean, eventually, like a whole fucking channel on cable.
That is
so
right.
I don't think you're there, studying English, you know what I mean, or fucking whatever else. You're there because this is what it is. You kind of understand. And now, has there been any allegations that you heard of like rapey shit, or has it been just this kind of not consent picture kind of bullshit?
A lot of it is the non-consent photos, the fact that it was these harems and he would have these rules, and you can it's like, what are you talking about?
It's making a show, trying to get some money off of his name. He's dead. If he was alive, I guarantee she wouldn't even be doing this, because he could be like, wait a minute, here's the story. You know what I mean? So this one, I'm kind of on your side on this one, as far as I think this is more for publicity and some kind of bullshit. Unless other women start coming up with some rapey shit, then I don't know,
because there has been most of the stories that have come out that are apparently, and I can't wait to watch. I'm going to watch this documentary because, I can't wait to see, because the first episode ran yesterday.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to start watching because I'm very curious, but the theme of what I have read from other stories about it is that, the only thing that's similar is that he took photos of chicks making out and fucking, and that he made everybody have sex with him if they were going to live under his roof. How similar does this sound? You and I have had this conversation. If you come to my house, you're a hot chick, you're fucking me. I mean, played it. I mean, come on, man. This is, what do you think? I mean, look, if you don't read into it. If it's about consent, if you're saying you come over and you're like, no, I'm not going to do this. Hey, then don't. You got to get the fuck out. But I get it.
Okay, buddy. See, I see your kind of point there then, because check it out. They kind of probably knew he wasn't hiding anything.
No.
He was saying, here's my deal. I'm not holding you hostage. You can obviously, if you want to leave, but then you're not getting the benefits of my $1,000 a week I'm giving you, or living in this house, or some of the other stuff. But this is your choice, right? I mean, when does it not become their choice? They're not being held,
against their will. So when Holly says, well, it's very cult-like, no, a cult-like is that you cannot leave the home.
Yeah.
That you are stuck there. You cannot do anything without specific consent. Look, if you're living under a man's roof, and he says, look, 9 o'clock, we're all going to be here. We're going to watch movies. I'm going to bang.
Bro. Look at you, Mr. Old School.
Hey, yes, you know me, bro.
Yeah,
I would
bitch, you're going to be home at 9 o'clock, bitch.
Like I say 9 o'clock. Don't make me.
Damn, dude.
kidding.
I feel sorry for the girl, the next girl that dates you. Listen, bitch, you're going to be home by 9. If I don't have
Anita,
a
you're
sandwich
going
ready,
to be home. No. Yeah. If I don't have a sandwich,
there's going to be hell to pay.
I'm going to be pissed. There better be extra mayo.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Holy shit! Oh my god! You okay? Rohit. Yeah. Oh my god, are you okay? No. Rohit,
Dude.
yo, are you actually?
Fuck you.
You got to play that again. You got to play that again.
Can handle it. Are
Yeah.
you sure you're going to?
Oh my god! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh my God.
Oof.
I mean, dude, in my soul, I felt the kid go.
Yeah. Do you see how the friend keeps recording though? Like it doesn't.
Oh my God! I hope you're okay. I would call fucking EMS because you have brain damage. Oh
God.
no!
That's still great, huh? Oh, dude, are you okay? Fuck, dude. Oh
Fuck,
my
that's
God, bro.
awful.
You all right,
Oh,
dude?
shit,
Shit,
oh
dude.
my
Stay still.
God.
Stay still.
Well, hold on. I need to twitch. I got another one.
Don't laugh.
Was that a kid or a little person?
No, that was a little person getting hit.
I knew it.
Don't laugh.
Dude, I knew it. I fucking knew
Oh, those are.
it. I'm a fan of the little people ones. I'm so high right now too. Allegedly, I'm high as fuck. Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All right, let's see one more TikTok before we wrap up the show.
Man facing 25 to life sends a judge a letter in hopes of being released. Dear Judge, on the dead homies, I feel like I deserve a second chance. Quit playing with me on hood. If you let me out, I would do good on my mama. Please give me more chance, and I won't do it again on the set in the real way, cuz.
That's wonderful. I love that.
Can you imagine a judge just getting it? Well, he did say on my homies. So
Yes, and in a real way, cuz.
On my mama. So maybe.
That's great. I didn't even know some of that shit, man. Fuck. I mean, I guessed, but yeah, that's good. That's fucking hilarious.
That's because you ain't real, dog. You ain't real.
Man, you hood, bro. Okay, baby.
Silver, let me break it down for you one more time, baby. Hold on.
Man facing 25 to life sends a judge a letter in hopes of being released. Dear Judge, on the dead homies, I feel like I deserve a second chance. Quit playing with me on hood.
On hood. Stop playing with me on hood. That means, on your neighborhood, on your La Raza, that you want to be keeping it real, as they say. You're high as fuck, aren't you? Take it off mute, you stupid fuck. That's how I know you're just.
Oh, wow. I thought I did.
Dude,
wow,
you are so fucking
You
bad.
got it. Ding, 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 ding. All show I was taking it off mute. And then I think I hit it, and then it didn't actually hit it, though. I want to give myself a little bit of credit, unless I'm remembering the last time I hit it. I don't know.
Yeah, the whole time you're like, yeah, man. Are we done?
Man.
Is that it? I think the
let me just see. Yeah. Hey, baby. All right.
First show of 2022, Us Against Humanity. Look down there. You're going to do watch. You're going to do subscribe. You're going to do listen. The video is on YouTube and, of course, Spotify.
Oh, yeah. I remember you used to use this on the radio, man, for your going.
Yeah, the radio. That's right. Still. Hi, good evening this evening. So the next show is actually going to be pretty cool. It is the official first annual Valentine's Day show. We will be having a sex therapist and maybe a porn star.
And anal. Plenty of anal.
Plenty of anal on the show.
And we'll both be hard the whole show.
We're both going to pop some Viagra and see which one busts first.
Play ring toss.
Right, virtual ring toss. There you go. Oh, hey! All right, there you go.
We're fucking stupid.
We're dumb and stoned. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. UsAgainstHumanity.com. Click watch. Click subscribe. New
Subscribe,
show.
dude. Come
Subscribe.
on, man.
Jesus,
Fuck,
what do you
dude.
got to do for that? On my
Please,
mom, on my
dude.
dead homies.
We need
on my
100,
mama,
man, and we'll get
in
the
hood.
backslash us against humanity, dude. Come on,
mean,
dude.
on our mama. On our mamas. What did he say? In the hood.
Hey,
Or
dude. Hey, on
Man facing 25 to life sentence.
on my hood. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, babe.
Silva. Thank you guys so much. We are out of here. See ya.
Yeah, girls, stop wearing fake eyelashes.